Hi folks, it's Steve here from Analytics in Action. What I want to do today is give you a demo on how to create data mining structures and predictive models using the Excel add-in for SQL Server 2008. So what I'll do is I'll jump straight into the live demo. So I'll escape out of that, open up a dataset. So this dataset contains customer ID information, gender of our customers, historic spend in the last 6 months, whether they receive a marketing letter and whether they plan to attend a marketing event. So what we want to do is create a model that basically predicts whether a customer will attend a marketing event. And we'll use this profile information, customer gender, historic spend in the last 6 months, and whether or not they receive a newsletter. So with this model, I'm going to create it within Excel 2010 using the data mining add-in. I'm going to assume that you have successfully installed the data mining add-in. It does require a connection to a SQL Server. In this case, I've got a copy of SQL Server on my laptop. So first thing you need to do, open up Excel, click on the data mining tab, and what we're going to use today is this advanced tab. And what this advanced tab here, which has a little pick and a little cube, it allows us to do a couple of things. First of all, it allows us to create a data mining structure, which basically defines the columns which we'll use in the subsequent models. Once we've created the data mining structure, we can then create several models linked to that data mining structure. So first of all, I'm going to jump in and create a data mining structure. Click on Create Data Mining Structure. Sometimes this is a little bit slow to run. I think it's because it's then going off and making a connection to the analysis services within SQL Server. So what we have to do is select the data range. So I'm going to click on the little tab there. So I think we've got about 8,000 rows of data. Click OK. That's fine. Again, we could connect to a data source outside of Excel, so you can pretty much connect to anything such as SQL Server or an Oracle database. Then click Next. So here we identify the columns. So basically whether to include or not include the column. But within these data mining structures, we have to identify a key. So the key is essentially a unique identifier for each row of data. So here we've got the customer ID as the key, and we're going to include the rest of the information. Subsequently, in the actual data mining model, we'll identify what column we want to predict, but we'll do that in the actual modeling exercise. So click Next. So this is an important window in the wizard, and it allows us to define how large a sample of these 8,000 rows we want to use for testing, because the data needs to be broken up into two sets, so the training sample and the test sample. So the training sample, which will by definition consist of 70% of this 8,000 row data set, will be used to create the model, and then we'll actually test it. And I'll probably my next demo, video demo, will be actually how to test the effectiveness of the model. So we'll use that 30% of data that we've held out for the testing process in that. So then we'll just click Next. We'll give the structure a name. We'll call it marketing model. You could include a description there, but no need. Click Finish. So it's going to create. Now it's connecting up to analysis services, creating the model. Creating the data mining structure, and it should be pretty quick. It's reasonably fast process. There we go. It's done it. So now what we'll do is create a data mining model. So now again, we click on the Advanced tab, add a model to the structure. Just click through the wizard, don't need to see that first page. So up here, we've got the data mining structure. All of these ones below are just old data mining structures and models that I've created. So click on the data mining structure you've just created, click Next, and now we'll just define what sort of predictive model we want to create. So we'll probably actually create two models today. So we're going to create the Microsoft decision tree, so that's right. We won't go in and change any of the advanced sort of parameters here. The default ones are fine for our purpose. So here we go. This is where we define what column we want to predict. So here we want to predict whether the customer plans to attend the marketing event. So rather than being an input, we want it to be predict only. Click Next. Model name, we'll call it marketing. Click in here. The decision tree. And then click Finish. So this will then create our data mining model, the decision tree. So this will go through fairly quickly, and we'll create a classic decision tree. So we've got lots of different layers within this decision tree, but let's, for today's purpose, just look at two. So basically what it says here is that out of the 5,600 cases, so that's 70% of the 8,000, so 0.7 times 8,000 is 5,600. Of those, only 32% plan to attend. But what we see is whether they receive a marketing newsletter or not is actually the key thing, the most important predictor. That's why it is the first branch in the tree. So if they receive a marketing newsletter, 56% of them plan to attend, versus if they don't, only so if they don't receive a marketing newsletter, only 6.4% plan to attend. And then we go down to a subsequent level within the tree where we start getting interactions. So for example, if they get a marketing newsletter and have a historic spend of greater than 43,000, so it's between 43,000 and 66,000, 68% of those guys plan to attend. So that is a decision tree. So what we'll do is that we'll actually create a subsequent model. We're going to create a neural network model, and the reason we want to do that is that we'll use that in the next tutorial on how to evaluate the accuracy or effectiveness of these data mining models. So quickly jump through. Again, we're going to link this to the marketing model. You can see that our predictive model, our decision tree model, is there within the attached to this data mining structure. In this case, we're going to create a Microsoft neural network. Next. Again, all of this. Again, follow exactly the same process, and we're going to have plans to attend, predict only, next, marketing, neural network, finish, and we'll create that data mining structure. So in the next tutorial, we will actually use lift charts or accuracy charts, as we see here, to compare the data mining model and the predictive model. But I'll just show you a very, very quick, interpretation of how of the neural network model. Basically, it'll identify things like the various factors in the model and whether it basically favours the target or not. So things like historic spend, favours the plan to attend. Receiving a marketing newsletter favours attending the event as well. But I'll leave that there for today, and tune in to the next tutorial to actually have a look at lift charts and see how we can use those to see which of these two models is actually the most effective one. Also, if you found this useful, suggest a couple of things as well. You might want to sign up to or subscribe to my YouTube channel. So you just hit the subscribe button at the top, and that way you'll get alerts every time I create another YouTube video. The other option is to jump across and have a look at my website, analyticsinAction.com. We have lots of information on things like modelling, such as using the Visio data mining add-in for Excel, analysing key influences, some more stuff on decision trees there. Also lots of information on things like data integration. So the data integration work or tutorials are all about integration services. Really handy skills to have, particularly if you're into data mining, because it allows you to efficiently and effectively manipulate data to get it into the right format, which you can then feed into data mining models. And generally with data mining, you find that about 80% of the total project time is normally associated with data manipulation and trying to get the data into the right structure to enable you to build a good model. So yeah, definitely come across and have a look at that. And the other thing is, just tune in for this next YouTube video on lift charts. I think it's a bit of a logical progression from this current demo. So I hope you enjoyed it, and hope you'll tune in soon.